Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Nobody's here yet.
Oh,
Why isn't GarageBand working?
I think the world is against us.
Maybe that's... Aha, I got it. Don't worry. There's nobody here yet to worry.
Me, I'm here. I'm watching us on Facebook, on YouTube.
Don't worry. There's nobody here yet to worry.
Me, I'm here. I'm watching us on Facebook, on YouTube.
Don't worry. There's nobody
Oh,
here.
sorry.
All right, so I'm going to share us.
I'm also going to share us.
Um,
How do I share something?
I don't know. That's...
Oh, I found it.
Okay.
Look, Ma, I made it.
This is very cool. Shania would be very happy. Clarence is here too. Don't worry. There's somebody here. Say hello, Clarence.
And look, my shirt says I'm the world's best Chihuahua dad.
You are the best Chihuahua dad ever.
So, yeah, I am.
Give it a couple more minutes to let people find us and come in. Yay.
We spilled birches.
Birches. I like that. So
I've been listening to nothing but the Chicks all week.
Is in formerly the Dixie Chicks.
Correct.
Hi, Dan.
Welcome.
He's so McReady for this podcast. Yes. I love it.
That's where I'm at in life.
That album, Gaslighter, that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That was good stuff. Oopsie daisy. All right. I am just going to go ahead and...
Oh, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes.
In private? So, on your Facebook today, you shared your newsletter.
I did. I'm back.
Baby.
And it has almost 130 views already, which is disgusting.
Here's what I'm concerned about. I went to leave a comment at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I could not comment on it.
Why?
There's no comment section. Here, I have it open.
I swear Mark Zuckerberg hates my fucking guts.
I can only like, I cannot comment. I can like and share.
Oh,
wait, hold on. I've already been...
I thought you meant on Facebook. I had a panic attack. I was like, man, am I getting zucked? Because I came really close to getting zucked last week because I said something about men who look like feet.
Hold on. I've already been signed in. I've already liked it. As soon as I woke up, I liked it.
You did, and I got the email. Thank you so much. So, Dan, how's your week? You ready for Christmas?
No comment section.
Huh. It might just be because it took me so long to...
But what I came here to talk about was you made a Facebook post, and I never got a reply.
I'm sorry.
About the movie Possum.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That poem is literally the creepiest thing I've ever heard, and has been playing in my brain for years.
It is... The entire thing is so scary. That movie is so scary.
Chills thinking about it.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
Like the whole what's inside it man or spider. God. Is that streaming anywhere right now? Because I want to watch it again. Yeah, it's on Hulu. It's on Shudder. I could just read the newsletter again.
Sorry, I just got an alert that makes me believe. So here's what's fun about my life today. Hi. I didn't get paid today. I always get my paychecks on Thursdays. did not get paid today because there was a technical delay. So I am frantically looking at my phone every 30 seconds because this podcast doesn't pay. We pay if it's podcast.
Lots of money. And you might notice the banner's gone that said whatever the hell this duck thing was.
StreamYard.
We're not paying for that too.
Mm-hmm.
And the website we've never launched, and the link tree that you don't click on enough, honestly. Just somebody go click on it right now.
Anyway, we're ready to talk about the thing.
After we talk about Possum for the next 2 hours. Have you seen it?
I do want people to talk about Possum more because I actually didn't watch it until this year. My sweet pea. And it is a scary ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also just very good. In general, It's a very good movie.
But the metaphor at the end is too strong.
It was rough. It's rough stuff, but it's so good. Okay. You guys ready?
Would you guys do a book club if we did a book club?
I would.
And the only book we're going to do is House of Leaves.
It's the only.
We're going to do it every week.
Just every week we're going to cover House of Leaves.
Just one of the footnotes.
All right. So.
Oh, it's not even that long of a delay.
No, we've got a pretty good. What? What do you want? Do you want to come to me?
Okay, buddy, make up your mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my vape off camera real quick.
Okay. Okay, and I should probably bring up the notes.
I've never seen that.
It's a good one. It's a good one, Dan.
Dan, is it streaming anywhere? Because I don't have the ability to Google anything. I just like to talk. I'm just going to sing Shania Twain for the next 2 hours.
We would all love that, actually. Okay.
I color coded it for a little bit.
So I am going to try to. I am going to try to leave this window open. Tubi has so much stuff, man.
I can't do ads. Damn it.
You just can't fathom.
I can't do it.
I like it at this point in my life because then I get up and I stir the pasta or go wipe down the bathroom sink or something. Just take that couple of minutes to do something useful. Okay. Dan, it looks like you're our audience this week, and we're happy to have you.
Surprise, surprise. Our only fan.
So I'm going to hit record.
Just drive on down to Pittsburgh. We can all hang out.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're going to start this show.
All right. You're the pink, I'm the orange.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
And if anybody knows what the cat's name in Alien was, can you let me know?
I don't think the cat had a name. I think it's just cat.
I didn't Google it, and I didn't feel like it.
Whoever does.
Not me.
Yeah.
I almost just put Tom Skerritt down. But...
Tom Skerritt? Are you going to say it like that?
No, I picked his real name.
Yeah, but oh, I thought you meant, okay. It is a quick 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Oh, you got wet eyes. Okay.
The wettest little eyes.
All right.
Okay.
We are going to record a podcast now.
Podcast.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Idiot's Guide to Horror.
Counteracting the toxic culture surrounding horror fandom and breaking down your favorite horror movies.
With you, as always, your host, Kara Ripley Popovich.
And Christopher Dallas Haberman. So ready to turn off the lights, grab your flamethrowers and blood samples, and let's get ready to dissect John Carpenter's The Thing, which came out in 1982.
We picked this movie because we thought it was going to be, cold.
It's 70 degrees outside.
It is 70 degrees outside today on our day of the Lord, December 16th.
1982.
So, we thought that it would be a snowy, finally, we're going to do it. We're going to cover this classic because it's the right time.
Yeah, we waited.
We waited.
Because we've been talking about doing the thing for like 42 weeks now.
Yeah.
And we picked the worst time.
Because honestly, like, give me any opportunity and I'll throw down talking about the thing.
Of course.
But we really thought that it was going to be like snowy and gross at this point. But it is not snowy and gross at this point.
This classic winter movie was ruined by global warming.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
As so many other things are. I'm doing the back of the box description this week. Also,
I got a Roomba and they're all jumping in the Roomba box.
If you have, it says that you can't watch this anywhere. You do have to pay for it if you don't have Stars, which I do have a subscription to Stars.
I want you all at home to know that Kara has a subscription to every streaming service ever.
I do. It's true. It's not my fault. I don't pay for it. I'm not going to say who my benefactor is.
I almost said it. And if you don't give me $1 million in cash, I will let the world know.
But yeah, somebody is the key master and holds all the passwords for all the streaming services and just makes them rain on me. There are some that I do take care of myself. I've had the same Netflix account since I was 19 years old. And I'm the key master for that one. So anyway, now that, we don't need to talk about that. We're going to give you a back of the box description for The Thing. If you've never heard of The Thing, that feels like a mistake. You should probably do that. You should probably look into it, probably check it out. It is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. So for a back of the box description, I'm going to just any year in a video store. Pick a year. What year?
1999.
1999. Okay, so it's 1999. Mm-hmm. You're heading into your local Blockbuster. You are wearing butterfly clips, and you have a cool little wicker handbag that has fucking Tweety Bird on it or something. I don't know. I was 9. But you go into Blockbuster and you're looking to pick out a movie. Chris is pantomiming. You go to pick out a movie and you see a cover. It's all blue. There's like a person in a parka, like the outline of a person in a parka. Looks like it might be Kurt Russell, maybe, but you don't know because it's just a shadow. And it says John Carpenter's The Thing.
Of course it does.
Because there's 3 different The Things. Not at this point. There was 2 different things at this point, but now there's 3 different The Things. But this one is John Carpenter's The Thing, and you're like, what's the thing? He
wants you to know it.
Yeah, what is The Thing? And so you flip it over, and the back of the box says, in remote Antarctica, a group of American research scientists are disturbed at their base camp by a helicopter shooting at a sled dog. When they take in the dog, it brutally attacks both human beings and canines in the camp, and they discover that the beast can assume the shape of its victims. A resourceful helicopter pilot and the camp doctor lead the camp crew in a desperate, gory battle against the vicious creature before it picks them all off one by one.
You know what? We just wasted the perfect opportunity to read the actual back of the box because I have it on DVD right there.
Well, too bad I fucking nailed that.
Yeah, that was good. That was a long one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of tongue twisters there.
Yeah, and I sounded like one of those, like, disclaimers at the end of a pill commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
May cause bloating and diarrhea.
Yeah, may cause bloating and diarrhea. Spoiler warning. We're going to talk about this movie in depth up to and including the incredibly ambiguous ending. So, thank you, Dan. I did nail it. If you haven't seen this movie, please pause this episode and go watch this easy breezy 2 hours of some of the nastiest shit you will ever see in your entire life.
Do you like claustrophobia? Do you like complete isolation? Do you like extreme paranoia? Pause this and go.
Do you like snow?
Honestly.
I don't.
I'll do one.
You'll do one?
Yeah, like one snow.
One?
Maybe a couple. up until Christmas Day. And then after that, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. All right. Movie facts.
Oh, we got a shit ton, guys. So buckle your butt belts.
Buckle your butt belts.
Also, if you're watching this live on Facebook or YouTube, do not pause this because then you're going to miss it all. So you missed the chance to watch the movie.
Stay here.
All right. Movie fact A. John Carpenter stated that of all of his films, this is his personal favorite.
I mean, fair. Even though Halloween is like probably his most popular, right? Like that's what everybody associates him with.
Where they live. Maybe that's just me.
No, I think that people associate John Carpenter with They Live. They're all three of them are bangers.
Mm-hmm.
They're all great.
Name a bad John Carpenter movie.
I know that there is one. I just don't know what it is right now. I'll probably pop in with it later at a random time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this movie was a box office bomb. It was hated by fans and critics, some calling it overproduced, foolish, and depressing, probably because of E.T. Yeah. Up the Fog. Yeah, yes. That is, the Ghost Pirates. Mm-hmm. We don't need that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It is probably because of E.T. E.T. came out the same year, and it was like a feel-good alien movie. And this was the
opposite.
Vile.
Mm-hmm. Depressing. What's the word I'm looking for? Nothing. There's this
hopeless.
Movie, hopeless. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not exactly an upper.
No.
But yeah, it's fine. We'll make it fun. We'll punch it up.
Oh yeah, we're here for that. All right, 3. Or C. This film's budget was $15 million and was substantially larger than the average horror film of the time. Friday the 13th, which came out 2 years before that, cost $700,000, while John Carpenter's original Halloween only cost $375,000 to make, which you might remember we covered John Carpenter's Halloween in the dead of July.
We did, yes. It is so strange to think we are coming up on the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We have been doing this podcast since February.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like it was 10 million years ago when we covered Halloween in June.
Mm-hmm. I'm like terrified to go back and listen to Eraserhead with our first episode.
It has the most listens, and I'm like, please stop listening to that one.
Pick another one.
If there was ever a podcast where we don't want you to listen from the beginning, it's us. Please do not. It was not.
You start at the lodge and then work.
We grew, honey.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, unused music composed for this film was later used by Ennio Morricone in Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight. What the fuck? Ironically, Morricone's Thing score was nominated for a Razzie for Worst Score, while his score for Hateful Eight won him an Oscar. I don't know if I can
we can delete it.
There we go.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Wild.
Yeah, it is wild. I can't imagine. I guess they're like kind of thematically like similar-ish. Like they're both about a group of people in the snow unable to trust each other.
Yeah.
So I guess he was like,
I almost ruined the ending of Hateful Eight.
Please don't.
Guys, I loved that movie, and I know nobody else did. I loved that movie.
I liked it fine.
Yeah.
There's no Quentin Tarantino movie that I hate.
I'm not the biggest fan of Jackie Brown. Although I have not seen it in 20 years.
You should rewatch it. Anyway.
However, this opened the same day as Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. The similarities done in there, both movies were met with unfavorable reactions by critics at the premiere, but are now considered some of the greatest films ever made.
Who the fuck watched? Okay, so The Thing is one thing because people were probably thrown off by like the disgusting violence.
Right.
But tell me who the fuck watched Blade Runner and walked out of that theater like, not for me.
Well, it wasn't me.
Okay, I was scared because you were hesitating.
No. I even liked the second Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner 2049 was dope.
Yeah.
Also, it's just, I don't know, Blade Runner is just like a fantastic movie with mass appeal, not even just for science fiction fans.
And Harrison Ford.
Yeah. And Harrison Ford.
What more could you possibly want?
Maybe it's because in the theatrical release they had the happy ending.
We don't want a happy ending.
And we have since found out that the correct ending, the history has corrected. It's like the first time ever that like the filmmaker was right whenever they like changed the ending of their movie or changed something about the plot line. I'm not going to spoil the end of Blade Runner, but don't watch the theatrical cut. Watch the director's cut because it's a completely different ending and it's better.
You'll see down here that they almost did the same thing with this movie. But speaking of directors that were right, can we talk about what we talked about the other day in life?
What did we talk about?
Han shot first.
Han did shoot first.
So
George Lucas, shut the fuck up.
Right.
So 2 characters in the movie are nicknamed Mac, which is McReady's shorthand nickname, and Windows, a nickname inspired by the fact that the character always wears glasses. Is Windows hot? Let's just do that right now.
Okay. Was Windows hot? Would I have sex with him? Yes.
Okay. We're good. Since the film was made in 1982, this is purely coincidental and has nothing to do with Apple and Microsoft's famous rival tech brands. I didn't even see where that fact was going.
Oh, yeah. It snuck up in there on you.
It did. It really did.
Yeah. Where's Justin Long? Like, I could talk about him every day of my life.
Yeah. I was just talking about Tusk the other day.
I saw on your Facebook.
Yeah.
With your sister. I haven't seen it. I still can't think of a movie that disturbed me.
Nothing has disturbed you. Like,
I can't think of like the most disturbing movie. And I Googled it, most disturbing movies. You know what number 1 was on the list I looked at?
Was it Antichrist?
It was fucking Antichrist.
Yeah, that's a lot of people were saying that too. So on my personal Facebook page, I asked people what the most disturbing film they had ever seen was. For me, it's American History X. It's one of those one and done kind of deals for me. I saw it when I was 16 and every frame is still seared into the noggin.
But Fairuza Balk's in it.
Fairuza Balk is in it as a terrifying Nazi woman. Yeah. But there were a lot of people that were saying Lars von Trier's Antichrist, which it's another week, so knock that off your bingo card.
Yeah. I don't see how it was disturbing. It was boring as fuck.
It was boring, and then there was genital mutilation, and that's what people are probably.
If I had a nickel for every movie that had genital mutilation.
I know, and wasn't misogynist too,
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, like this.
Holocaust.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Had genital mutilation that wasn't misogynistic. But you know what didn't was the Green Inferno.
The Green Inferno did something that was like really well,
put that down as my most disturbing movie.
Okay, yeah, we'll never talk about the Green Inferno because I'm never gonna fucking watch it again.
I saw it in theaters.
I also saw it in theaters by myself.
Oh, I'm on my ex. Hi, Dan. He watches these. He watches our YouTube, so I'm saying hi.
Oh, hi. So anyway, even though it is also based on the novella Who Goes There, it is not a remake of the 1951 movie The Thing from Another World.
John Carpenter didn't want to remake that movie. He wanted to do his own movie more true to the novella, which I tried to read, but I couldn't do it. Didn't have the time. I would have read it. I did, however, read Mountains of Madness, which is close to Who Goes There, because that was what inspired that novella, which inspired this movie. So if you like racists, I guess read that one.
If your interests include racists. Anyway.
Yeah. Unknown terror. Okay, in the movie, at the end of the movie, whenever Kurt Russell's throwing that stick of dynamite, I couldn't tell you which time, but I Googled this, and it says that he actually threw an actual stick of dynamite. I think it's whenever, well, I don't care. He threw a stick of dynamite in the film, and it was a real stick of dynamite, so him being blown back was a genuine reaction. They didn't realize how powerful it was going to be. Because that dynamite he wore in the movie was actual, real life, live dynamite.
Why?
Dumb.
Yeah, why? Why? Oh my God, we're gonna go on another tangent. I'm so sorry. I don't want to, but I have to just point out that I watched the 2020 about Rust the other day. What the fuck is Alec Baldwin doing?
I didn't watch it. I don't speak. Oh yeah, I think we're going now.
Yeah.
Real life dynamite. That could have been another one of these.
Yeah. Alec Baldwin is now saying like there's like
that he didn't pull the trigger.
That he didn't pull the trigger. He's also like I've been cleared completely of all criminal charges. And like it's like intercut with like footage of like one of the cops on the investigation being like, I can't control what he says, but nobody has been ruled out yet. And Alec Baldwin's like, they told me I was free to go. Like,
damn it, Alec Baldwin. I want to love you in everything you do. Stop talking.
He's making it very hard. Okay.
That's how Brandon Lee died.
That is how Brandon Lee died. That's true. There was an alternate ending films that had a happy ending, but thankfully it didn't make the final cut of the movie. Yeah, like don't if it's dismal, stay dismal. Yeah. And like, you know, that's
we just spent 2 hours through the most bleak movie in existence. We don't want a happy ending. We're depressed. Let us stay there.
Let us stay depressed, damn it. Anyway, so I guess we're gonna walk through this movie now. I guess last chance to get out if you haven't seen the thing and you don't want it spoiled for you, but bear in mind this movie is like, you know, almost 40 years old, so.
Oh God, so am I.
Are you?
No, I'm 33.
Yeah.
Close to 40.
It's like, no, you're closer to 30 than 40.
Oh, I'll keep that. I'm 30 years old.
Yes.
All right, guys.
We're both 30.
We're 30, flirty, and thriving.
Yes.
Jennifer Garner? Was Jennifer Garner?
Yes. I think. I've never seen 13 going on 30.
Me neither. I can quote some of the quotes.
So, the thing opens with a helicopter. There is.
Before that, there's a spaceship falling to Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Then a helicopter.
But
there's a dog.
There's like a husky, like a Siberian husky,
which was painted. It wasn't the real dog they used for filming. I had so many movie facts, I just started cutting them out.
They painted a dog?
They painted that dog to look like the actor dog, which was one of the best trained actor dogs. He never looked at the camera. He always met his marks. I had to cut out like 100 movie facts because this movie has a lot of them.
Just imagine the dog like sitting in one of those like fold out chairs smoking a cigarette and being like, when are they gonna dye me today?
Like I want to picture this dog as the girl from Once Upon a Time in
Hollywood.
In Hollywood, as that little girl, but is a dog.
That was some of the best acting I've ever seen in my life ever.
We're just giving Quentin Tarantino too much money today.
You didn't see my high school bedroom. It's too late. It's too late. I have already given Quentin Tarantino a lot of money.
So dog.
It's Antarctica. It's the winter. It's 1982. This dog's running through snow.
So cute too.
So our fan Dan just wrote in that the actor dog was also the wolf in The Journey of Natty Gann. He was the best actor in that movie. Sorry, John Cusack. Yeah. I love John Cusack, but dog over man.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Say Anything is overrated.
I agree with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that Say Anything is kind of a weird, gross concept the whole way through, actually. And Lloyd Dobler is not that cool. He is what we call a nice guy. So there's a helicopter hovering over trying to shoot this dog for some reason. We don't really know why somebody's trying to shoot the dog. And the pilot is like shooting at the dog. And the guys from the station all start to come out and be like, what's going on here? Why are they trying to kill this dog? And these guys like get out of the helicopter and they start shouting in Norwegian, which I believe the Norwegian is...
Oh God, did you memorize it?
get away from that thing. It's not a dog. It's not a dog. It's imitating a dog.
You idiots.
It's not a real dog, you idiots.
Yeah. So if you spoke Norwegian, sorry about it. The whole movie was ruined for you.
But I mean, at least like the first like 20 minutes,
right.
half an hour are ruined for you because right now it's just kind of a cute, sweet dog.
Yeah, just doing those little dolphin hops through the snow.
Yeah.
It's really adorable.
Yeah. And so
I spelled helicopter. So
the guys that work at the research station take in the dog, and they start
playing ping pong and doing whatever they want. Right. You know, they're gonna go check on the rest of the Norwegians because the other Norwegians were just shot because God, I won't know anybody's names until we start dwindling down to the ones I remember. There's a lot of people in this movie.
I remember Windows. I remember Childs. I remember McReady. I remember Clark.
Diabetes.
Wilford Brimley's character, which I believe is Clark, right?
No. Wilford Brimley's character was Blair.
Okay.
Doc was somebody else because Doc and McReady decide they're going to fly that helicopter down to the other Norwegian base to check on them. And while Clarence, the dog, is underneath the table squeaking a squeak toy as loud as they can. So if you're hearing that, that's what that sound is.
He won't let me pick him up.
No, he wants to play because he didn't get to leave the house today because we were here all day.
I see.
So he's all my grandma usually takes him for runs constantly. Not today.
I just really wonder what that's gonna. Wait. Okay. I just wonder how that's gonna sound.
Yeah, any squeaks you hear, just picture it as us squeaking on a chew toy.
Yes, it's us going like. Yeah. Yeah.
So, they're gonna go check on the other Norwegians. Whenever they leave, there's just a dog wandering around the base, which I don't know what the base is called. It walks into this squeak, squeak, squeak one room. The dog is just like wandering around aimlessly. It walks into a room, and we see a shadow on the wall the dog walked into. Now, movie fact E or G or Z or Q, this shadow was cast by nobody in this movie because they wanted to keep it ambiguous. They got somebody else who was not starring in this film to cast this shadow.
Oh.
So that way you'll never know who the first person to be infected was.
Interesting.
Because John Carpenter does not want us to know.
Well, okay. I just kind of always figured that they were contaminated in the order that they start to appear contaminated.
I feel like I don't think
okay.
I don't feel like I don't think that it just assimilates one at a time. I feel like it could have gotten more than one. And because when Wilford Brimley, we'll get there.
Okay.
Anyway,
so McReady and
I wrote down Doc, but God only knows.
Well, it says Dr. Copper. They go to check out the Norwegian base to see what's up. And they find a bunch of frozen corpses and a malformed, like a person whose face has been stretched. Like, I don't know how to, like, it's like one part of his face is down to the right and the other part of his face is up and to the left.
Do you remember having silly putty as a child and you would put it on the comic books and then it would be like a perfect face?
Yes, and then
you would leave it. Yeah. Like it would just settle. Like if I would just leave it there every night, or like get it in my hair or something.
Right.
And whenever later it would be all deformed, just like that.
Right. Yeah. So they're like, okay, we should probably take this back to the American station because, you know, when like we need to find out what's going on with this essentially. And there's also like a weird ice pit. Yeah.
I think I wrote down, it looks like a tomb.
Yes, it does. It looks like an ice tomb.
They find another dead body outside, maybe human, burnt to death. It had too many faces on it. So I guess they brought it back with them.
Yeah.
Because what would you do when you find a weird, mutilated body?
It's like, okay, so first of all, we haven't really talked about this yet. The thing has the most amazing practical effects maybe ever.
It's not been topped since this movie came out.
It's disgusting. Everything looks lubed up and stretched thin.
Everything is wet.
Yeah. And the prosthetics are bananas.
When we get to the dog scene, like, you know how many people had to work that to make it work? Like 800.
I believe that. Yeah, especially like when it starts like so later that night they're all like hanging out. Oh yeah, there's an autopsy performed on like the weird half head thing.
And Wilford Brimley takes his pencil, sticks it in the thing, and then puts it in his mouth.
I know.
Wilford.
And then he has the nerve later to be like, I'm not contaminated. You can trust me.
Wilford.
I'm sorry. Was that a good Wilford Brimley?
Pretty good.
Thank you. Validate me.
I can't remember one word he ever said.
But they are all hanging out later that night, and the dog is like whimpering and barking, and they're like, hey, go put that guy in the fucking kennel.
Oh, I wrote down dog prison. They put that dog in the dog prison.
They do put that dog in the dog prison. There's a bunch of sled dogs. And all of the sled dogs are all hanging out in a cage, essentially. I don't know why they have all those sled dogs. They never really say. Like, are they everybody's pets? I don't know.
I feel like maybe they pull sleds, but I've never seen them sledding. Like, say, I honestly don't know, because they have all those vehicles.
They have all those vehicles, so they don't need sled dogs, and they're just keeping these guys in cages.
Yeah, sleeping on straw.
So he goes and he puts this dog into a room. Clark goes and puts this dog into a room with a bunch of identical dogs. And he leaves the dog there, and the dog starts mutating.
Oh, yeah. It looks like, never mind, I was going to say something about it. I need out of here.
Everybody's being so noisy. What's that?
They're fighting.
Oh, man. Okay, are they downstairs or are they in the living room? Oh. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. Wow. The dogs in the cage start like all barking at the dog that's just been added to their environment. And
cat in the window downstairs.
Yes. Watching. Yes, that's been a thing at my house as well recently. There's a cat in the window that also taunts.
Forgive me for 1 second. Get out of here.
So now that we've had an adventure, basically it's like that, except it was with dogs. They were all barking at this dog. And then while they are barking at the dog, it starts mutating. It pushes its head out of its face.
Like a flower.
Yes, and then like it opens up like a flower, or like, what's the thing from Stranger Things?
Demogorgon.
Yeah, the Demogorgon. Which, like, this had to have been like inspiration for the Demogorgon, right?
This movie was inspiration for everything that's ever happened.
Yeah. The dog starts mutating, and this is the first show that we really get of the practical effects. Like, the mutated head looks already like pretty fucking bonkers, but then like we see this dog like mutating. And then there's one super smart dog
who's biting a hole
in the cage, like just like straight up like biting through steel and then being like and like spitting out these little bits.
See, dogs are so smart.
Dogs are so smart, Clarence. Would you do that?
No, he wouldn't. He's not very bright, but he's so cute.
But the thing starts spitting like some sort of substance all over this dog. And so Clark hears the commotion and he goes back to the kennel, and we don't fully see what the thing looks like yet. We don't fully see what the thing looks like yet, but he does, and he wakes everybody up, and McReady comes in, who is Kurt Russell. I don't know if we've mentioned that yet.
We haven't, but he's very handsome. Thank you.
He is handsome. You can see what Goldie Hawn was thinking about.
What we're all still thinking about.
But he comes in, and then he gets everybody to wake up, and he says to send for Childs and the flamethrower. So somebody goes and wakes up Childs and says, like, we need the flamethrower. So when everybody gets in and Childs shows up with the flamethrower, that's when we finally see what the thing has mutated into. And it's like a weird skinned deer with tentacles that are just flailing around all over the place. And so like they open the door and all of the dogs run out, except for obviously
the dead ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the dead ones. Yeah. So
the thing starts shooting his tentacles up to the ceiling like he's going to escape.
Yeah, and they hit it with the flamethrower. And they discover that fire can stop it.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty effective.
Yeah.
Or so we think.
At least for now.
So now Blair's doing an alien autopsy on this weird dog creature. Inside of it, there is another dog, but not like a fully formed dog. It was like another dog grown inside the dog.
Right.
We learn that the dog isn't a real dog, and Blair is now suspicious of Clark, since that dog could imitate the other dog perfectly in a matter of minutes. So here's where we start with the paranoia. We're like 10 minutes into this movie, and the paranoia starts pretty early.
Yeah.
On like who is a dog or whatever.
Yeah, who is a thing.
We're watching some Norwegian home movies they took, and we see them digging out something in the ice. So Mac decides we're going to go there. And we see them, the Norwegians, in front of an alien spacecraft, is what I called it. I don't know what they called it, as something, buried in the snow. So they go, and one of the guys whose names I don't care about said that the snow is at least 100,000 years old. So whatever is the spacecraft in the snow has been here for at least 100,000 years. And then we see shortly somewhere else that ice tomb. We see what spot where the ice tomb was dug up out of the ice.
Right.
So back at the base, Blair is playing on his computer, but not the one that McCready threw scotch on in the beginning when he lost in chess. They're telling him this. He's showing him like in 1982 version of what computers would do. So like the cells are bouncing around on the screen and they're assimilating with the other cells and becoming perfect dog cells again. And it tells him in the only female voice on this movie that there's a 75% chance that one or more team members have been assimilated and the entire world will be infected in 2,700 hours after first contact.
So, yeah. One thing I do want to point this out, that like a lot of people don't really think of The Thing as like a dystopian film, and it definitely is. Oops, spoiler. I guess we're going to talk about this movie in depth up to and including the ending. Sorry. Yeah, this is definitely a dystopian film. Definitely. And I don't usually like those. I'm not a fan of dystopian films.
I can't think of any I've seen, but I know I've seen a bunch.
I feel like I usually associate them with that, like the day after tomorrow, just kind of shit. Which I hated. I liked The War of the Worlds. I guess if it's aliens, I like it, but if it's like natural disaster, then I don't.
What about The Happening?
No.
How often do we talk about The Happening, guys?
I think it's about once a month, maybe. So it's not as bad as like when we talk about Antichrist or. But anyway, guys.
I've only seen that movie one time ever.
What?
The Happening.
Oh man, it's so bad.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. No, I'm not.
I don't even know where you can find it. I feel like Zoe Deschanel, Zoe Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg were like, let's just do everything we can to pretend that didn't happen in our careers.
Like the Avatar: The Last Airbender is a movie, or the Dragon Ball Z movie.
The Dragon Ball Z movie, like, let's really Emmy Rossum.
It's on HBO Max, guys.
Oh, what is?
The Happening.
Oh man, HBO Max must have gotten that for pennies on the dollar. So anyway, so they start to get really paranoid with each other. And what happens next?
Glasses wants to talk to Mac, and Windows wants to talk to Mac in private. They uncovered he uncovers the dead face guy, like the Two-Face.
Yeah.
Two-Face, but not the one.
Stretchy face guy.
Yeah, silly Mr. Putty, if you're nasty. He wants to burn it, but the man in the orange vest says they cannot burn the find of the century.
Right.
Which is what I want you all to remember about this movie up until the last line of this movie.
He says somebody's gonna he says somebody's gonna win the Nobel Prize for this. So he's not allowed to burn the body.
But whenever they're not looking, the body is moving.
Yeah. And it's like stretching. And its head is like, yeah.
But they're talking, so Mac wants to talk about Blair to Windows wants to talk about Blair to Mac, because Blair discovered that the cells are not dead. They're still active. Even though the body was burnt, the cells are still active. So even though they think they killed this dog creature, this thing, it still has something living on it. And he's locked himself in his room, and he's not coming out. And then they come back, and the guy in the orange vest, whose name I did not remember or look up or write down, is missing. Oh God, where could he be? They go outside, and he's out there, and he's making a noise, like nah, or something.
Yeah, right. Yes, something like that.
His fingers are growing long, and then
he's opening his mouth real wide and going like. Yeah, that's my best impression. I'm full of impressions tonight, guys.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm also braiding my hair live on air because I'm fidgety.
But the gang lights him on fire to death.
Yes, they do. McReady like kicks over a can of gasoline and throws like a what are they called? A flare?
Flare.
Yeah, he throws a flare into the gasoline. I think that like even though this is one of like the lowest like effect parts of the movie, I think that the guy does a really good job of being fucking scary, dude. Like like his eyes wide open and he's just like
This whole movie's really scary.
It is so scary. So, it is so scary.
If you're listening this far and you're thinking this movie's from the 80s, it's not gonna be good, guys, just give it a chance.
Listen, I went to a party a while ago and somebody said they watched it for the first time and they were like, oh, it's just so funny. The effects are so outdated. And I was like, who are you? Like,
I know a lot of people that won't watch older movies because they have reasons. I've seen more bad movies recently than I ever have older movies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Have you seen the CGI we're putting out today?
Oh, God.
Trash. Not all of it.
I'm so tired of it. Like, I just don't understand, because it's just like you want to spend like hours at a computer, like creating like an effect that doesn't even look good or look real.
Like Sky Captain of the World Tomorrow.
When you could be putting that time in to like rig a water bottle to like shoot out fake blood or something, like just fuck. Like, it looks so much better like when you do it like this. And anyway,
even if it looks bad, it looks better than, you can tell that it's not there on the screen because it's computer generated in later.
I was recently rewatching the original Pulse.
Yeah, bomb.
Yeah, so good. But like the beginning of that, like, this is like a mild spoiler for the 2001 Japanese original Pulse. But at the beginning of that, when he like commits suicide, but like he like does it in like as a ghost, so like his neck is like that weird, like, that looks so fucking good, man. That movie is so scary.
That movie is like overwhelmingly
terrifying. Yeah.
Which is a shame because the new one was bad. Do you know what I tried to watch the other day, but I only got 45 seconds into it? It was Uzumaki. Did you ever see it?
It's on my list because, have you ever read the manga?
No.
So scary. And I know that the movie's supposed to be really bad, but I have to see it because it's one of my favorite mangas ever.
I didn't think it was going to be bad because, like, after we did this, I started Googling. I just wanted more cosmic horror because that's a genre that can go either usually really, really poorly, you know? And under the list of best cosmic horror movies, that was, like, up at the top.
Yeah.
With The Lighthouse.
With the
So, who's making these lists?
Anyway.
You put one tentacle in a movie, it's not cosmic horror.
Anyway. Back to the thing.
Oh, yeah.
We were there 20 minutes ago, so let's get back to it. Maybe we should try and compartmentalize. Like, let's just hit, like, the high points because, like, I have a feeling we're going to get real tangenty. So.
Okay, Blair starts holding everybody hostage.
He does indeed.
He's shooting wildly at Childs. He doesn't trust anybody. He has gone off the deep end. So they lock him in the tool shed.
They do, in fact, lock him in the tool shed.
Then they tell him to watch. Blair tells Mac to watch Clark. Couldn't tell you who Clark. Oh, Clark's the dog guy. They don't trust him. Then we come back inside. We have a test. There's a test, not of the emergency broadcast system. There's a test to find out who is a thing and who is not a thing. And they're going to test the blood against the blood they have stored in the fridge. When they get in, they open the safe, and all the blood has been destroyed. The only person who had a key was Cooper, and whatever. So now we don't trust him. We don't trust Clark. I wrote the word sis, so I know where to stop.
Also, like, McReady has taken control of the situation. McReady has taken control of the situation. And he has decided that he's going to tie everybody to the couch or to different surfaces. Oh, before that, he kills, what's his name?
Fuchs.
He kills Fuchs, which we just kind of breeze right past the facts that Fuchs, like, so, okay, first of all, so he starts slitting everybody's, thumb to get a little blood sample because he says, like, we know the blood reacts to heat. So he heats up a wire and he's putting all of their blood into, like, these, like, little petri dishes, whether, like, labeled. He just fucking murdered Fuchs, and Fuchs was not a thing.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And then we just breeze right past that. We never, like, McReady never answers for the fact that he just fucking shot a man.
I'm not saying he's a good person.
I know, but, like, this is the one thing about this movie that has always driven me insane, is the fact that, like, he just fucking killed him. And he's like, I guess that makes you a murderer. And McReady's just like,
yep, whatever.
Whatever. And it's like, no, it's not whatever. You killed a man. But anyway, he's like, I'm going to show you guys what I already know. And he, like, sticks the hot wire into his blood and nothing happens.
Sizzles.
And then he sticks the wire into what's his
I have it written down here. Hold on. Okay. Morphine. Eat up beans. Lights are off. I'm still talking, so you know that I'm still here. Dynamite. Okay, they untie the dog. The whole chest opens up. What's this? Oh, this is okay. Before they start drawing blood from people, they're doing CPR on somebody. God, who remembers this movie that I watched yesterday?
Norris. It's Norris that they're attempting to defibrillate.
Norris was the cat in Alien.
Norris was the cat in Alien. Anyway.
Full circle.
They're attempting to defibrillate Norris. And so his chest transforms into a big old mouth.
Oh, God,
just
great.
Bites off Copper's arms.
Both of them.
And Copper's like, like just flailing like his, bit off arms around. And then, this was before the blood samples. I'm sorry.
And then and then okay, so Copper's arms get eaten off. It turns into a spider guy.
And then this is crazy. Like when they
from the head.
And then the head detaches, like it slips off, like it slides off the table backwards. I'm sorry. My mother just says that she thinks that she saw this movie. And I am in shock, because if you saw this movie, I feel like I want to know. I want to know how you feel, Mother, because she is very adverse to gore. So anyway, like the head like slips off the table backwards,
like tries to escape,
and then it like sprouts legs out of all of its head. Out of its head, and then like what's his face goes, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!"
Which is like the big quote of this movie.
Yeah. And then it like scurries off. McReady does the flamethrower at it, and it just like is like dancing around in a little circle and like a bunch of flames. It's crazy. It's bonkers. But then the blood test happens.
Yeah, Clark attacks. Oh, it was Clark that gets murdered.
It's Clark that gets murdered. And
Fuchs was somebody else.
Yeah, Fuchs was the one that committed suicide because he wanted to avoid assimilation.
So Clark attacks McReady with a scalpel, shot dead. Now you're a murderer. He's taking blood from everybody to find out who's a thing and who's not a thing. He does it. Windows is good. McReady is good. Copper is good. Cooper, I don't know. Copper is good. Clark is good. But Palmer, whoever the hell
Palmer's blood jumps, and then like everybody looks at him, and he starts like going like and his eyes like pop out of his head, and the bench like tilts, and he's like flailing up in the air with like his face is stretching all over the place, and like he becomes like that thing with I don't know how to describe these creatures with words. They're so good.
Just start Googling everybody right now.
So Palmer like gets out of the rope ties.
But everybody else is still tied up. All the ones that were not tested yet were still tied up.
And then it bleeds all over Windows.
I know, and Windows hesitates because he has a thing that Palmer eats Windows.
So then McReady has to, not that McReady cares about human life at all, but he flame throws both of them. So
back to the blood. Nall's blood is good. Child's blood is good.
No.
Gary's blood is good. They're gonna go give the test to Blair.
But
bitch is gone.
Blair's gone. He is no longer in his little seclusion shack with his drama noose.
Oh God. Like, okay. I said we said, I know we said no tangents, but shut it. They go to feed Blair earlier, and he's just sitting there with eating his supper.
With like a noose hanging next to him, just like, come on, let me back inside. Look at how stable I am. Check out this noose.
Like, we get it.
Yeah. So he's a little bit of a drama queen.
But now he's gone.
Now he's missing, yeah.
He tunneled underneath the tool shed.
Yeah. And
he's been building a spaceship
building a spaceship out of like blown up vehicles.
Wow.
So when
he also blew up the generator. No, that was
would a crazy person be able to tie this noose?
I can tie a noose.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, my dad taught me.
Oh.
Long story.
Okay. Anyway,
okay. So we see the spaceship. We think we see Childs outside of the main entrance of the camp, and somebody blew up the generator. We're not getting out of here alive, but neither is that thing. So what we're gonna do is blow up this spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Molotovs and dynamite, and we're like setting off charges and putting up stuff everywhere. They're planting dynamite. Okay. Blair puts his finger inside Gary's face. Couldn't tell you who Gary is, but I wrote down the name for a reason. So he like puts it in his face and it like absorbs into his skin. Knowles wanders off. We never see him again. So now McReady is all alone. He lights his dynamite, but the ground erupts because the Blair monster tentacles come out. They grab the detonator and they pull him under the ground. A thing comes up out of the ground. McReady throws dynamite at it and the entire base blows up. How long have we been recording?
A while.
How are we done with this movie already?
We're an hour in.
No.
Yeah.
Well, time flies.
Tangents.
So, okay. So here's the end of the movie. It's McReady or McReady. I've been saying McReady. And neither of us are right nor wrong. So
I think in the movie they say McReady, right?
I don't listen very well. So neither of us are right nor wrong. He's there. We thought we saw Blair. Child shows up. McReady's like, "Where were you?" And he goes, "I thought I saw Blair. Got lost in the storm." And Child says, "We won't last long." And then the chills part. Chills. McReady says, "Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we just wait and see what happens." And they're just sitting here talking, freezing to death. And that's the end of the movie, guys.
Yay! So that's the thing. This week, I am going to have to pick a review live because I did not pick one. I completely forgot until this very moment. But this week, I think that we should discuss the fact that, like, I'm still not completely confident that Childs was okay.
I would bet this roll of gauze from the Hereditary episode on it.
Okay, so basically, like, the ambiguous ending, Childs and McReady, like, either one of them or both of them could be a thing. They could be assimilated. A lot of people have decided that, one of them is. People have strong opinions. People have theories. Some of the theories are some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Not my theory.
Not your theory. No, not your theory. The theory that I'm talking about is the one where, like, people just presume that the bottle that he was drinking out of was not full of whiskey, but was actually full of gasoline for some reason. And that's why, like, McReady is smiling because he knows that it's full of gasoline. But, like, where are you getting that from, my guy?
There's nothing that points to that.
Right. I personally, I understand where you're coming from. Do you want to tell them your theory?
My theory, all right, at the end of this movie, when it's just Childs and McReady, they are speaking to each other, and whenever they are speaking, there is steam, condensation, evaporation coming out of McReady's mouth when he speaks or breathes, like steam, like when it's cold outside and you breathe out your warm human air, steam comes out. And whenever Child speaks, nothing comes out of his mouth at all.
So I hear what you're saying. I agree with you. I don't know if that is necessarily intentional. I feel like if it was intentional, that John Carpenter would have been, like, pretty forthcoming in, like, the last 40 years or whatever. I don't think that either one of them are assimilated, at least not yet. I think that it would be pretty, like, I used to think that McReady was assimilated. just based on the fact that he was willing to like sit there and die instead of move forward. Like he was like, well, I guess we're just gonna have to hang out here. And
but see, I also think that he was just sitting there because. Okay, I see where I see. Okay, I've lost. Like I cannot, because if he was a thing, he would want to freeze to death.
Yeah.
To preserve himself. But if he was a good person, he would also want to freeze to death to make sure this is contained.
There's that, but also like if they could get out of there, they would have to go through like the hot wreckage. You know, they would have to go through like the fiery wreckage, and that was why when you texted me earlier this week, Chris texted me earlier this week because he watched it with his darling boyfriend Steve for the first time. And Steve said that he thought McReady was a thing. And I was like, you know, I need to rewatch and be sure, but I'm pretty sure that I agree with him. And Chris was like, we're going to fight on air.
Or we were going to arm wrestle live on air to prove it was right.
So when I watched it yesterday to prepare for this, I was like, you know what? I am going to sit here and draw a transmission map and try to figure it out. But
that's a lot of work.
I got halfway through and then I got confused on how the transmission was working anyway, because we don't really know a lot about the transmission. It seemingly can happen like airborne
through osmosis.
Yeah, like it just we don't really get a lot of information on how the cells assimilate in the first place. We know that they do, we just don't know how or why it happens.
Right.
But just based on the fact that McReady is willing to freeze to death, is willing to like sit there instead of walking through the fiery wreckage to try and like move forward, that was what always made me feel that McReady was a thing. But I also, after rewatching, I don't think either one of them are.
But they're also surrounded by miles and miles and miles of endless nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
And all the sled dogs were let go, so there's not even a sled to get it. Yeah,
so tell us what you think. If you've seen the thing, tell us whether you think Childs or McReady. Let me see if we can drop a comment into here.
Can you change this to make it just Facebook?
Okay.
I don't know if that's a thing.
We can.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to have you heart react for Childs and laugh react for McReady.
If there was a beard react, we would pick that one for McReady.
There is no beard react, unfortunately.
Because another movie fact that was cut out of the script this week was that it took him a year to grow that beard.
Yeah. So, anyway, do you want to... So, every week on Idiot's Guide to Horror, before we launch into, like, all of our other stuff, we like to give you another opinion or review from Letterboxd, which is the film community. Please sponsor us, Letterboxd.
Please.
I sponsor you.
I pay you how much money a year?
I pay you $19 a year to just exist on your site.
What do we pay?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of money.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And all we do is what do we get for free? What are we getting that the free people don't?
No ads.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got me there. All right. So this week, my Letterboxd Beach Street review, I found it earlier today because I read most of the script Monday, except for the fun. Shut up, Siri, you bitch. If you put your watch to your mouth, it just pulls it up.
Oh.
So this week, I picked a review from Alex Quinn, who gave it 4.5 stars. And they said, trapped in a confined space with people you don't really trust, freezing cold weather, and alien parasites, truly the most realistic Christmas movie ever made. Which I just... Sorry, Mom, if you're watching.
This one is Karsten, 5 stars, with a heart react. Yeah. A bit of a downer to watch this before embarking on a trip to Antarctica with my boys tomorrow.
Tell us how it went.
All right. So
the thing's got the memories too.
Yeah, it does.
The only thing, like, I watched most of the prequel, and like it wasn't getting the fillings out of the people. Like whenever they were assimilated, it was just getting like natural biological tissue.
Huh.
And it wouldn't get like a pacemaker or a filling. Don't watch it. You can if you want. So much CGI.
So for Bechdel test results, there is not a single lady to be found.
No, John Carpenter's then girlfriend did the voice for the computer program.
Really?
And then there was a Price is Right where there was a female on screen, but that is it.
That's it. There's no women in this movie, so it's just completely null and void on the Bechdel test.
There were a few people of color.
For the DuVernay test, I will actually say this is one of the very few films that we have covered so far that does absolutely pass the DuVernay test. Both Childs and what is his name?
Maybe Fuchs.
The roller skate kid.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's Fuchs. They are both their own complete separate characters with their own complete separate set of values. They don't exist just to like serve the needs of the white characters. So for once, The Thing passes the DuVernay test. Idiot's Guide to Gore, it's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's like you said, maybe it's a 6 out of 5. It's one of those movies that like sort of breaks the gore scale, because it's disgusting. Like I said before, everything looks like wet.
Yeah, it's wet, it's bloody, it's tentacly, it is Lovecraftian, it is terror.
Yeah. So.
Is Antarctica in the South Pole or the North Pole? I don't know.
It is the South Pole.
Oh, I learned something. Good for me. I read an article about why there were no women in this movie, but it was complete just shit. It wasn't like a real thing. It wasn't written by anybody.
It wasn't like a...
It was just like somebody's opinion piece on why. And it's like about them being assimilated, but make this into more of a rape thing instead of an HIV thing, which is what it might have been about.
I don't think that this is necessarily, I forget what this is actually supposed to be a thing for.
I read an article about it being about the AIDS crisis of the 80s because we didn't know how to get it or who had it.
Has John Carpenter ever confirmed that, though?
Not to me.
So anyway, I guess we can get our keys now. We're going to get our keys. Every week on Idiot's Guide to Horror, we like to imagine that we have been given the keys to remake or reboot the film that we are talking about. And you know what, John Carpenter? We would do it justice.
We would do it justice. We would not do that shitty pile of shit that I had to watch on whatever HBO Max I watched it this summer.
We're looking at you.
Who did that?
Shitty reboot. I can't remember who did it.
I'm Googling it.
Okay, Google it.
You get those keys out.
All right. So I'm getting the keys out because every week we like to imagine that we have been given the keys to remake or reboot the film that we are talking about.
I can't say it.
I can't say that either. Okay, so The Thing in 2011, the prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing.
Pick a different name.
Was directed by Matthias von Heiningen Jr. Matisse Van Heiningen. You know, for some reason, these Nordic names, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
We're doing our best.
I can do, like, just about any other kind of name. Cannot do Nordic names. There's too many.
She gave it a 3.5. She gave the original one a half a star.
I bet she gave the original one half a star. Anyway, sorry. Sorry.
We can't talk. We can't tell you we're talking shit on.
Yeah, but we like to imagine what we would keep and what we would throw away the second we had the chance. So this week, I don't know if we can even take turns talking about what was flawless because we probably have the same, like, everything about this movie is fantastic. This is a nearly perfect horror film.
Correct. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is
Was this his first John Carpenter?
I think this was his first John Carpenter, yes.
And John Carpenter said, "I'm never letting you go back."
Yeah, exactly.
You're staying with me.
That's John Carpenter wrapped his arms around Kurt Russell's shoulders and went, shh, shh, shh.
Yeah,
you're mine now.
Yeah, grow that beard, baby.
Yeah, and I'm sure that he probably, like John Carpenter, probably sleeps at the foot of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's bed.
To this day.
Yeah. But yeah, God, what a fucking performance. Everybody in this movie.
There's not like a weak link in this movie.
No. Everybody does a fucking incredible job. It's really well acted. It's incredibly well directed. John Carpenter is flexing here.
Mm-hmm.
He is flexing.
I want to know how everybody hated it. What did we hate about it?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Like in the early 1980s, this is 1982.
Mm-hmm.
Horror movies were still like a lot of the blood was still like orange. You know what? Because we were like still sort of like kind of like coming out of that Hays Code era
Mm-hmm.
where all the stuff with more realistic gore was like either coming from overseas or it was really like grindhouse underground like gritty shit. So like any mainstream horror either didn't really have blood in it or like the gore was like really fake looking. Like until this point, probably the most shocking thing that the world had seen, that like American audiences had seen, was The Exorcist, which I would love to cover eventually, but it's not streaming anywhere for some goddamn reason.
But it will someday.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere ever.
Yeah. So that's probably why this was disgusting. It's the thing.
The Exorcist was gory though.
It was gory and it was gross.
It was gross.
So, but like, was it as gross as The Thing?
No.
No.
But there were a lot of people pissing themselves.
There were a lot of people pissing themselves, both on and off the screen. Anyway, so yeah, I think that people didn't like it because honestly they were just disgusted by it and didn't know what to make of it. And now, 40 years later, it's considered to be one of the best horror films ever made. But at the time, I mean, like, I'm not putting this on the same level at all, but consider how critically panned Jennifer's Body was. And now it just got added to the fucking Criterion collection.
Did it?
It did. Yeah. Like, this happens with horror sometimes. Like, it's not always a masterpiece right out of the gate. Sometimes, like, you have to pay your dues and wait for your audience to find you. The Evil Dead. Like, sometimes people are going to hate it before you find the people that are going to fucking love it.
And we're going to love it for the rest of our lives, our children's lives, and their children's lives. We're going to take everybody we know to the 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
When's the 40th? They better be doing a 40th anniversary for Evil Dead 2.
I hope that they do, but I don't know. We'll find out.
And if not, we'll watch it in my living room.
When they do a 40th anniversary of The Thing, which will be
in 2 years.
This year.
This year.
Upcoming. 1982, buddy. It's 2022.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
In 2 weeks.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
So this morning.
Can you tell me a secret live on air?
I asked Steve to wake me up because I had to be at work at 4. I said, can you make sure I'm up no later than 3 a.m.? And so like he wakes me up at 3 a.m. and I look over at him like this, like dead asleep, and I go, then I slept for another 20 minutes.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue on with what was flawless.
The practical effects.
The practical effects, man. That's, I mean, like, I guess like it shoehorns right in from the thing that we were just talking about, which was how disgusting it was, and that's why people probably didn't like it, was because it was like a visual assault on your eyeballs.
It cannot be touched.
It cannot.
I dare you to find me a movie.
And there are movies that do incredible practical effects.
Sure.
Right? There are movies that do incredible practical effects. Like a lot of like the Freddy Krueger movies do really amazing practical effects, really imaginative stuff, but it's nothing like The Thing. Nothing like it. Unbelievable. This was like stuff that was on another level. Even if this was to be made today, another level. Unbelievable.
How much work had to go into that?
So much. Are you kidding me? Like all of that puppeteering, all of that like stretching, all of it's incredible. And like just still like 40 years later, I commend you. So yeah, on top of it being disgusting is also absolutely like gut-wrenching and dismal, and
there's nothing sadder.
Hopeless. The end of this movie is fucking hopeless.
Which I'm so happy, because the original ending had Kurt Russell going to be tested by the government and being proven to not be assimilated. We don't want that. We want to fight live on air.
Well, like that's the thing though, like I'm not going to spoil the ending of Blade Runner. We already talked about this. I'm not going to spoil the ending of Blade Runner. But we could, but I'm not going to do it.
We could spoil a lot of things for you guys, so don't fuck with us.
We'll do it.
Yeah, this is my first rodeo. Did you do Mommy Dearest?
Is Mommy Dearest a horror movie?
I think so. Let us know in the comments below.
We could do a camp podcast if we had any extra time anywhere.
That's going to cut into our book club podcast, and I want to go through all of Wes Anderson's movies.
We have so many podcasts to do.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really upsetting, very dismal, very hopeless, very sad, and low-key dystopian. I think that if you're not paying attention, you like miss the fact that like they're saying that like
this is the end of the world.
This is the end of the world. This is going to take over the world like
now.
Yeah, immediately, like within something like 27 hours, right?
2,700.
Yeah.
Which could be a month, it could be a year. I'm not doing the math. Okay. So remember how Alien was space?
Yes.
Alien was in space. Great movie.
Yes.
I have the whole collection. Not in the toaster. Not where I'm pointing, but pretend.
In the Keurig?
In the Keurig. I don't know. This is a similar movie, except with a less happy ending.
Yes.
Takes place somewhere like space, the Antarctic, where there's nothing around you for forever other than frozen wasteland.
Right.
It has that sense of isolation while being completely open. It's overwhelming to like the senses to think about it.
Right.
You're all alone in the middle of nowhere. You cannot trust anybody, and
you're trying to stave off the end of the fucking world.
And or bring it about. We don't really know.
Right. And it's hopeless.
Find me a better movie.
It's so good. It's so good. I also agree with you that it's cosmic horror done right.
Find me another one.
Color Out of Space was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not a lot of cosmic horror done correctly because the way you need cosmic horror to work is you can't know what's after you. You can't. Just go read some H.P. Lovecraft, guys. Please,
right.
For the love of God.
Right.
It's free all now because he's been dead for 100 years.
And you don't have to contribute to, yeah. So if we could change something, what would it be? The only thing I can think of, do you have something you want to?
Less dead dogs?
Less dead dogs, of course. We always, we never advocate for a dead dog, ever. John Carpenter, keep that in mind because you do
kill a dog in every movie.
You do kill a dog in every movie, and it's weird.
What do you have against dogs? He's a cat person. I get it, but like.
Yeah. But I also don't necessarily like that McReady just killed Clark and had no feelings about it whatsoever. That.
Like, I'm not defending him, but I can see it. In my head, and only my head, he was the only one still human at the end of this movie, and he was trying to stop an apocalypse, so he was doing whatever it needed to be done. That meant including killing somebody he didn't tested. Fine, we get it. You're like.
But what if Clark was like the key to making things better?
We don't know. Yeah.
We don't know because McReady just kills a man in cold blood and like nothing comes of it. Nobody, like the only person that calls him out on it is Childs, and Childs is just like, I guess that makes you a murderer, and he's just like, eh. And I like the McReady character a lot up until that point. Up until the fact that he like kills somebody that's human and just doesn't care. Because he struggles with killing people that aren't.
Right.
But like when somebody's coming towards him because they're panicking and they're paranoid, he just like shoots them in the fucking head.
Not defending McReady again, but this is after he was abandoned, locked outside, and had to break a window in and threaten everybody with dynamite.
Okay, I guess that's true.
So he was already like a little on. I'm not trying to justify murder here, but he was already a little on edge at the time. However, we should not be killing anybody in cold blood.
No. And it makes it hard to like think of McCready as like a full protagonist, just because he doesn't really seem to
he's
care.
only a partial protagonist now.
Yeah.
So, what do we rate it?
5 stars.
Yeah.
5 out of 5.
It's a perfect film.
It is a perfect film.
So.
I can't really like. There are a few people that I saw like on Letterboxd giving it like 4.5, and I'm like, what's that half?
Yeah. Oh, I was reading them.
Where are you putting it in that pocket? Like,
the one I read recently today said have a star taken off because when I was high watching this, I figured out they're all so stupid.
I mean, like, but put yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
Put yourself in that research station. Tell me how it goes for you.
I would have immediately killed myself.
You would have pulled a Fuchs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, that's the conclusion of us talking about The Thing, I guess.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun? So, Idiot's Guide to Non-Horror. So these days, around these parts, we like to give you guys a little bit of taste of a thing. We like to give you guys other things that we are interested in.
Yeah, taste it.
That are not horror. Chris, take it away. Because I don't know what I've watched.
I did my best. I'm having a terrible, terrible week. So it's hard to find things that I could recommend. Britney Spears' Instagram. If you're not following Britney Spears, you're doing everything in your life wrong. Just stop what you're doing and go follow Britney Spears on Instagram. This week she posted the world's longest note.
It's fantastic.
Where she said, "Ma'am,
it's already gone.
It's gone, but there's screenshots.
There's screenshots of it everywhere. That's true."
She took down Barbara Walters in that interview she did. It was a great interview. Nope, it was a great takedown of that interview. Tomorrow on Facebook Watch, they're taking down Perez Hilton for outing all those people. I saw a preview of it today, so I'm recommending that already. I've been listening to the Justice album by Justin Bieber on repeat for a while, so there's that.
You sent me a screenshot last night, and it was just like there above the thing that you were actually trying to show me.
I really like it. I skip pages every time.
You were like, what am I supposed to say to this? And then I looked down and I was like, this Justin Bieber song? I don't know.
I meant the text message below it.
Yeah.
And I want to recommend, I'm not going to recommend The World of Tenenbaums, even though watch it. I was just thinking, I took that long bath and I felt like Margot.
Yeah.
I would like to recommend for all my horror movie lovers, the movie The Night House. Go watch it. Do not Google it. Do not watch a trailer. Do not read the synopsis. Go rent it and watch it now.
Right now. Right now.
Because we're never going to cover it. Or we will eventually. Not anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean.
Night House.
So I guess this week, my main recommendation. Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but I like Nicolas Cage.
Oh wow.
Did you know?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, I like Nicolas Cage.
Wait, this is a screenshot.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
We'll figure it out.
We'll do it later. But currently, there is a Nicolas Cage film on Hulu called Pig.
I almost watched that today.
It is so fucking good.
I didn't know who was in it.
It's Nicolas Cage, man. He plays a truffle hunter.
Of course.
And it's like how do I explain this? It's almost like a Western style John Wick, because somebody steals his beloved truffle hunting pig.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about him trying to get the pig back. And while that may not sound interesting, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong, and you should watch it immediately. Also, in the vein of things, since Chris recommended something horror, we just keep getting trailers for Scream, and from today, 1 month from today,
The movie comes out.
1 month from today, the new Scream comes out. So I'm ready for that. I don't know. I also would recommend Britney Spears' Instagram just in general. What a joy. I can't wait to find out whether she has a kitten or a dog.
I know.
Why won't she just tell us?
She wants us to wait.
She wants us to think that it's a baby?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, Britney Spears has this video right now where she's like, welcoming a new addition to my family, and it's just her doing her little Britney Spears like waddle back and forth.
Love it.
But it's like her back, and she's like holding a bottle, obviously not actually feeding anything, but you can just vaguely make out a tail on the other side. But you can't tell what kind of tail it is. So we don't know whether or not Britney Spears has a puppy or a kitten. And it's driving me crazy, guys.
She's a national treasure.
She is. God, I love her. I love her.
And I'm sad that she'll never perform live ever again, but she deserves it.
I agree.
Upset that I never got to see it.
I agree that she deserves it. I will say never. I think that right now she's still...
Justin Bieber? The movie I saw in theaters?
You did see that in theaters?
Of course.
I've never seen it. I would watch it.
Yeah.
What was the one that Andy Samberg did? That's what I wanted to recommend.
Andy Samberg. Beautiful.
Yeah. So if you have Peacock, it's free. So just
download it. Yeah.
Yeah. But Maya Rudolph, and I think I mentioned on the last show that I used to bake and decorate cakes for a living for a really long time. So I'm kind of a slut for those baking shows, especially around the holidays. And Maya Rudolph and Andy Samberg did one for Peacock called Baking It, which is supposed to be like Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman's Making It, but it's with baked goods. And it's so cute. It's so wholesome. It's like the American version of the Great British Baking Show because all of the contestants are so supportive of each other. And
is it Paul Hollywood? Because I hate him.
It's not Paul Hollywood. This is the best part. The judges are not like celebrity chefs or anything like that. It's just 4 grandmas. It's just 4 grandmas.
Oh, I'm going to go watch this right now.
It is the most feel-good.
Podcast over.
Yeah. It is the most feel-good, wonderful, like, just like it warms your bones like soup.
Because I hate Paul Hollywood.
I hate Paul Hollywood in theory. But because his techniques are so incredible as a baker, I do admire and wish that I was him a little bit.
Mean.
He's very mean. He's unnecessarily mean because Mary Berry, like when she
is the embodiment of niceness.
She was so kind. Erica says Paul Hollywood has abusive parent energy. Yeah, he does. But yeah, those are my my 2 suggestions: Pig and Baking It. And we're gonna look that up.
Yeah, I'm Googling that immediately.
But I guess we could end there.
Yeah.
Nice tight hour and a half. If you are watching live, stick around for the after party where I'm going to be picking the movie live that we do because I haven't picked it yet. But if you stick around for the after party every week, we'll get back to that. Every week after we finish recording, we stick around, we hang out with you guys. We
let our hair down.
We let our hair down. We put a fan on ourselves and just let it blow in the breeze.
We lay back, we feed each other grapes.
Yes, and fan each other with giant leaves. And then we reveal our movie that we're going to do next almost a week earlier than everybody else gets it from the social medias.
So we don't tell you what it is till Tuesday on Instagram.
So anyway, you can email us. You can email us questions, comments, and recommendations to idiotsguidetohorror@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram @idiotsguidetohorror. We just figured out how to make this stream on YouTube. So if you don't have Facebook and you still want to watch us stream live, you can now watch us on Thursday nights at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, which is our YouTube channel name is just Idiot's Guide to Horror. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/horroridiots, where the stream also plays every Thursday night at 5:15. Next Thursday night, it will not be because that's Christmas Eve.
Oh, I'm busy.
So I think it'll probably be Wednesday next week. Stay tuned for that announcement. We'll keep you guys posted, promise. But please continue to rate our podcast on iTunes to help other horror movie fans find us. Please tell a friend about us. You guys, we love you so much, and we're getting so close to the end of the year. We've got 2 episodes left before. Am I right about that?
Yeah, our last episode should be
New
Year's Eve.
The New Year, yeah. Which, I mean, we'll talk about it in the after party, but the next 2 episodes are going to be special episodes.
So go ahead and go on iTunes, give us 5 stars, and write us a nice little sentence or 2, because it really does help get more people to listen to us. Not that we don't love you guys the most, and we always will. Don't
because
tell the
you've
newbies,
been here the whole time.
Honestly. So don't tell the new guys that we love you more than them. But just go ahead, go leave us 5 stars and say, wow, or something.
Yeah. Great. Neat. Okay, so this week, that's the end. Idiot's Guide to Horror. I'm Kara, and he was Chris.
That's weird. And never waste your pain.
Good night. Hi, everybody.
I'm Kara, and this is Chris.
I don't know. Why not? Trying something new.
Maybe they didn't remember. I'm going to get a prompt for the picture.
Okay.
It's just a movie.
All right. Hi, everybody. I didn't plug my computer in, so I guess it's just dying, but I don't think that we need it anymore, right? No, we're good. Hi. Welcome to the after party. How's everybody feeling? Did you learn something tonight?
Oh, there's a commentary with Kurt Russell and John Carpenter.
I'm
gonna watch that later.
So, next week is going to be our Christmas episode, and then the week after that, just so you guys know, I'm gonna change up the formatting and do a little award ceremony.
Favorite thing. I did look him up dressed as a Nazi, and I did see it.
We did, yeah. If you didn't see the look of disgust on my face, that was a look of disgust at Paul Hollywood being dressed like a Nazi.
And I feel like I knew it. Also, I saw a review of Martyrs Lane today, and I agree.
I'm mad.
It wasn't a horror movie.
It was not a horror movie. Erica, you're at work. Who else is there? Is it anybody I know? Fucking Krampus is not on anything.
It better be.
It's not on anything.
They won't let me love Toni Collette?
Of course not. They don't ever want to let us love Toni Collette. So I'm picking the Christmas horror movie live. We should do Black Christmas. What the fuck am I thinking?
Yeah. I've never seen it. Let's do it.
It's so good. Fully saw me typing. Oh, hi, Alex. So, yeah, we could either do Black Christmas. Fuck Jack Frost. I hate that movie. So dumb. Gremlins. Gremlins would be a fun one.
It would be a fun one.
That would be a really fun one. I don't want to do Silent Night, Deadly Night because I don't know if we're like at that level yet where we could keep people's attention if we did something like Silent Night, Deadly Night. I wish that was the case. But yeah, I'm thinking either Black Christmas. I also wish we could do Better Watch Out because that movie's so fucking good.
Batman Returns. Which I've watched 9 times this year.
Yeah. So, see, Dan, you know about Santa's sleigh, and you know that it's great. But would anybody else show up for Santa's sleigh? We love it when it's just you here. Don't worry.
You're still our favorite.
You're the best. But I think
Gremlins is streaming.
Both Gremlins and Black Christmas are streaming. So let me just hold on.
You want to flip a coin?
Yeah.
I have a coin where that candle's lit in the living room. There's a bunch of coins in there.
Okay. All right.
Now that it's just us. Maybe wondering why I invited you all here tonight. Because we recorded a podcast, guys. That's why you're all here. I've never heard of Santa's sleigh. Can you describe it to me in 1 word or less?
It's so good.
There was more than 1 word, Kara.
Francesca.
Oh, sign me up.
Okay, so let's say heads is Black Christmas, tails is Gremlins. Okay, so I don't know how to flip coins.
You just put it in the air.
Black Christmas.
I've never seen it. Is it good?
It's very good. It's very good. It's actually pretty scary. I'm gonna go put this back in your.
You can keep it if you want.
I know it's very nice, but I don't. That's nice.
Seeing as I offered Kara a nice, friendly quarter and she refused, so our friendship has ended here. I let her talk shit on the ring. I let her disagree with me about the correct ending of the thing.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that I am open to the interpretation that neither one of them have been assimilated.
And I'm just saying.
Clarence, welcome to the after party. Hi. Hi. Clarence
has been assimilated.
He has been assimilated, and so now I've been assimilated, but what a way to go.
Yeah, the cutest assimilation you've ever seen.
So yeah, anyway, we're gonna do a year-end after this one, after the Christmas episode, which I guess we are going to have to do on Wednesday because on Christmas Eve I will be working in a movie theater.
Anything good playing?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Die Hard, Muppet Christmas Carol, and It's a Wonderful Life.
I like most of those.
You don't like It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah, I don't like it. How'd you know that was the one?
I just know you well enough to know. Yeah.
Weird.
That's you've never told me or anything, but I just guessed.
I think I own the rest of those on DVD.
Yeah. So yeah, probably next Wednesday is when we will be covering Black Christmas. And then the week after that, we will be back on Thursday and we will have an awards show and I will be dressed fancy and I will.
So now this awards show. Are we awarding movies from the year 2021? Or are we awarding movies that we've covered? Or.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Hi, Alex.
Hello. Or are we awarding movies that we just enjoy?
I'd say that we should award movies that we've had on the podcast, that we've done on the podcast.
Oh, I have one for least well received. But don't tell the listeners.
Yeah, we don't want them to know that Sleepaway Camp 2 was the worst thing that ever happened to us and to this podcast.
And we were going up.
The original Black Christmas, Dan. The original one.
And then somebody, I'm not going to mention any names, said, we had multiple people say, can you do Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers? And let me tell you, the only unhappy campers here were us. We
were really unhappy, but also we were both sick.
Yeah.
We both had stomach viruses. You had drugged up so that you could record, and then I got sick in the middle of recording.
We had to pause like 100 times.
So to us, Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers is cursed. Also not like an enjoyable thing to watch.
No.
It was not. Yeah.
Little Sinatra didn't do it for me.
No. Did not. You mean Springsteen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Bruce Springsteen's sister. Which, I guess she wanted independence. She was like, I don't want to be known for my brother. I want to be known for this garbage film.
She was in the third one too, wasn't she?
Yes.
Which I didn't bother.
Yeah.
I didn't bother with the rest of them.
Yeah. But yeah, mark your calendars. Tell your friends.
Bring your sparkling cider.
Show.
And it will be at midnight. No, it better not be at midnight.
It will not be at midnight.
No, I go to bed really
early. Also, it's not technically, we're releasing it on New Year's Eve, but we'll be recording it on the 30th. So you guys can still join us and go to your parties or whatever.
People have parties.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm going to go to the theater. Yes.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to lay here and ring in the new year like I do every year. What did I watch last year? HGTV. It was that Chip and Joanna.
Fixer Upper.
Yeah, that's what I did last New Year's.
I love Fixer Upper.
Hey, Licky, you knock it off. You know the rules.
I can't remember what I did last New Year's. I think that I also was just sitting in my house.
I built that puzzle on the wall with a party hat on. I had a party hat on Clarence, and I lived with somebody else.
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not a big New Year's Eve person. I think that there's a lot of like weird expectation placed on like, first of all, being awake.
Which I will not be.
Like I'm meant to be awake just because the year's changing.
You're lucky I'm awake right now.
Honey, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. We are 30 years old.
Yeah.
We're not staying awake for nothing.
Yeah.
I go to bed at 9 every day.
I don't go to bed at 9, but I get into bed at like 10:30 with like a book of poetry that I always wake up with sitting on my chest. Right now it's Diane Waskowski. Wakoski. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but the poetry is incredible.
I have one book of poetry, and it's Violet Bent Over the Backward Grass by Lana Del Rey.
Do you have Jewel's book of poetry?
God. Do you know how I listen to Jewel?
My hands are small.
I listen to Jewel like almost every day.
Really?
Don't ask me why. Because I don't know.
What's everybody else's plans for New Year's, for Christmas?
Hanukkah.
Tell us what's
Hanukkah
up.
Over?
Hanukkah is over.
What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do for Hanukkah?
I need to get a haircut tomorrow. A Christmas haircut.
A Christmas haircut. I want to get my hair cut, but I want to dye it first so that my friend that is a stylist doesn't make fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tell me about your plans. Tell me about what you're doing. Tell us your list from Santa. I'll tell you my list from Santa. We're old, so nothing special for New Year's. Yeah. I work at 12 a.m. on December 26th. Oh, Erica
just quit.
Alex is her boss.
Alex, let her have the day off. That's the worst. Alex, pay her more money.
It's not Alex's fault. Entire Edibles is a garbage company.
Entire Edibles? Pay them more money.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that Hobby Lobby is starting their minimum wage at $18.50 an hour?
I am.
And if I didn't hate them with all my being, I would go work there right now.
So
what are we talking about?
What people are doing.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, nothing special for New Year's from Dan. Probably not for me either. I haven't been invited anywhere. I'm taking that as a sign that my friends just aren't doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live in a party house, and we used to have a New Year's Eve rager like every year. And the house, like the first year that I moved there was 3 days after I moved in, because I moved in on the 27th, and then like the party happened. And I was terrified because our house was literally packed with people at midnight. Like I was packed in like a sardine.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was like throwing up on our stairs, and they were like, "Ah, it's a party." And so like I got all of that in for 4 years, and I'm good now. And I just want to watch Fixer Upper.
Yeah.
With a robe on.
Build a puzzle.
Yeah. Maybe drink some sparkling cider. Mm-hmm. As the clock strikes midnight.
Well, I can tell you this, guys. I'll be in bed way before the clock strikes midnight. What did you ask for Christmas from Santa?
Nothing.
I asked for the new Pokemon game on the Switch. So, Santa, if you're listening, Steven, still time.
Okay, Pokemon game on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really.
That was the rudest thing I've ever seen.
I don't really get presents anymore. I get myself presents sometimes. Mm-hmm. I have children in my life. Like, I don't have children, but I have children in my life. Mm-hmm. So that's who. Like, I buy presents for them, and I buy presents for other people. But I never tell people when I'm buying presents for them because I don't expect them to give them back. And I don't want them to expect them. I don't want the expectation of reciprocity mm-hmm. thrust upon someone else. That doesn't feel like it's the real spirit of giving. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What I would ask for from Santa, though, What would I ask for from Santa? I don't even know. Much like Ariana Grande, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you know what else I wanted from Santa that didn't come true? So, my work gave me a gift card for $250, which I didn't know because anything I get from work, I throw it right in the garbage can, and this came in the mail.
Right.
So I went and I decided I'm going to use this to buy myself something badass and bougie for no reason.
Okay.
So I go and I'm gonna like get this cologne I want. This Tom Ford Tobacco Vanilla cologne.
Okay.
But it's $275.
$275.
For the small one. I said no. And then Steve said they have this Versace one. I said, garbage. No. They didn't have the Versace one that I'm already wearing. So I can't trust a new scent that I haven't smelled. And they keep it behind the glass. You know? I'm not a tester there. I was at Walmart, like trash, you know?
I want to see the results for the McReady versus while we're talking. Yeah, I tried to. I ended up getting myself something similar to the thing that I really wanted. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Which is crazy because I wasn't credited on that at all, and I did help write the article.
You did help write the article. I'm sorry.
I do believe I said make it a 4.
Oh, now it's going nuts on me. Okay. Why you gotta be like that?
What's wrong with Justin Bieber?
Nothing's wrong with Justin Bieber.
I remember you mocking mercilessly about 20 minutes ago.
I don't remember mocking you mercilessly. I just remember saying that it was on the like.
I was driving home.
Okay. I did not know that.
I'm a notorious texter and driver. Don't tell anybody. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell the world. I do like the voice to text, and then it comes back to people like with weird.
I wish I could show you the one I sent this morning, screaming into my phone. Oh, Steve said hi.
Oh, hi, Steve.
I didn't get it because my phone is on.
Yes.
Focus.
Yeah.
We have a department in my job called Perfect Package, and I screamed to my phone, "Pergola package," which my phone knows the word pergola because of Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Listen, I feel like when you're a kid,
you want
your you want your Hogwarts letter, right? But when you're an adult, you're waiting for Chip and Joanna Gaines to adopt you into their family, or at least into their friend group.
They have all those dogs. Why not me?
Why not me? Why am I not there? I can bark.
Bark, bark, bark.
Yeah. Chip, Joanna, hit me up.
And I buy your stuff from Target. No, I've looked at it. I've looked at your stuff from Target.
Yeah, because it's a little expensive. I have been staring at a duvet cover of theirs every time I go into Target.
That's what I meant to buy today.
A duvet cover?
Yeah, because whenever I took off the duvet cover, it's in the washer downstairs, which is, we heard that earlier. The ties on one of the corners snapped off. So now I have to go buy a new duvet cover, lest I just be unfurled in blankets.
You don't want to be unfurled in blankets?
I do not.
No. I try to buy, so like I've got a thing for vintage aesthetics, so I was looking into vintage duvet covers on Etsy. It's not even worth it. They're so expensive. I mean, they're adorable and garish and ridiculous, and I love them. But it's not worth it. Regular duvet covers are fine.
I get a king size duvet cover because my duvet is a king size, even my bed is not. I like the extra.
Yes, I have a king size. Discuss amongst yourselves. King size on queen size beds. Yay or nay? I say yay. I have a king size fleece blanket that goes on top of my comforter, and it is lovely.
My bed has been broken for 2 weeks now, though. DearNectarSleep.com. I understand we don't always get along because I canceled that bed and then I just realized I've been paying on it for a year now. and asked for my money back, and they said, well, why'd you wait so long? I don't know. I'm financing it, so I'm not paying attention,
Right.
Because they backordered my bed after my ex-boyfriend moved out, who shall not be named. And they backordered it again after that. So I canceled it, and I said, no, thank you. Then I went on to Casper.com and bought a bed, and it was here 2 days later. And they had a king anyway.
Oh, I want a king-size bed.
I don't know why I didn't buy one, because it was the amount of money. So Nectar.com has the cheapest bed in a bag you'll ever see. It was like $400 for a queen, or Casper was like $1,600.
But have you ever slept on a Casper
I
mattress?
sleep on one every night.
Oh, you have one. Oh.
Sleep on one every night.
That's the shit, man. The first time I ever went to New Orleans, the hotel was like a hipster hotel, and they had Casper mattresses, and I was like, it can't be that good. And then like,
I'm never getting out of bed.
So the hotel that I was at was like, it was like a party spot for locals, and I didn't know that until we got there. So like the first night I'm in New Orleans, I go to like a.
Sorry. I'm looking up duvet covers, and it was $250. You're getting $30 out of me, and that's it.
We get to New Orleans, we go to the French Quarter, we walk around, we get a couple of drinks, whatever. And then my friend and I return to our hotel room to find that the hotel is just populated with locals, and they have a DJ, and it's loud. And I was like, we didn't say this on TripAdvisor. And I was like, oh God, I'm never going to be able to sleep with this party raging outside my window. Slept like a fucking baby. Casper, sponsor me. Sponsor me.
Sponsor me. I'd like to get my money in that bed back.
We still need to figure out our LA hotel rooms.
I just spent my plane ticket money on this duvet cover. I'll be here Sunday.
Chris and I are going to LA in like 4 weeks, and we still haven't picked our hotel.
Or anything.
Yeah. Well, I think that the flight is at this point is just going to be whatever we can do. But.
And if not, we're gonna do the Alexander Supertramp thing Emil Hirsch did in Into the Wild. Not the spoiler, but we are going to just hoof it.
Yeah, we're going to go on a spiritual journey across the Americas.
While our sister Jenna Malone stays at home.
Right. Yeah.
I cry every time.
Oh my God.
That book wasn't very good.
My mom and I went to go see Into the Wild in the theater together, and we were sobbing and holding each other. Yeah.
That was me and my mother at Mary Poppins Returns.
Dude, I watched that on the plane to New Orleans, and that was not the vibe that I wanted to have. Like when we touched down, and I was just like.
I don't know why I cried, but as soon as Into the Lansbury came on,
dude,
sobbing and shaking, my mom had to hold me.
Yeah.
We go to the movies every Christmas Day.
Mom,
what are we seeing this year?
If I get a Casper mattress, and between that, my Buffy comforter, my MeUndies underwear, my quick toothbrush, and Pro shampoo, I will just be a walking podcast. All I need is to make a Best Fiends web fan site with Squarespace.
Can I tell you guys something?
Yes.
I'm stuck on a Best Fiends level for like 6 months now.
I don't even know what Best Fiends is.
Okay. Guys, I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I don't have a quick toothbrush, and I do have a Casper mattress. And
I do want a Buffy comforter, but they are pricey.
So Best Fiends is a game.
Okay. It's a game.
It's like Candy Crush, except nothing like that. You just draw lines. It's loading, guys. I'm loading. Okay, I don't want.
You know what's fun is that we can technically invite people in now. If anybody wants to come in.
I've been on level 454 for months. I don't give a fuck about this.
What about Raycon earbuds? Yeah. They played for a bit, but I was sick of all the pop-ups. You have to close before you can actually play. Was that what you were just doing?
It gives you lots of free lives.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to join a goddamn team. Can I just please play this level?
This already looks so complicated.
Okay, so my problem with Best Fiends is whenever you log on for the first time in a week, they give you 40 hours of unlimited lives, so you cannot stop playing. This is the level I'm on. So what you do is you just draw.
What the fuck am I looking at?
So I'm trying to break these wooden blocks.
Okay, that looks like something I could get really into for about a day and then get frustrated and delete off my phone and throw my phone into a well.
So I want to know why this girl we're not going to mention on the podcast gave The Thing half a star.
I am curious.
Oh, 1.5 stars.
1.5 stars.
No words. And she writes words for everything.
Yeah, I wonder why. It's probably something. So, like, I don't want to say a name, but there's somebody. There's like 2 people that we bitch about from Letterboxd all the time that probably know nothing about our existence.
No, she follows me on Twitter.
She follows me. Like, she found me.
She found me on Twitter, like my real life Twitter.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't like 2 dots neither.
You don't like 2 dots?
Mm-mm.
I don't know what that is.
Not what I mean. Oh, her review was pretty action packed. That's not even good.
I don't understand. Okay, never mind. With a much chiller vibe and more muted colors. That sounds more my speed.
Yeah, but I still get stuck on levels because I'm not really smart.
I just have the New York Times crossword puzzle app. And I used to have a game where I just redecorated rooms.
This sounds like fun.
Yeah, that was nice. And it wasn't like one of those things where it was like, my husband left me and now I must move into this dilapidated mansion.
I played that one.
Yeah, it was just like, it's just literally like, I haven't opened this in like a couple of months. Yeah, it's like, do you remember us? But yeah, you literally, like, you just go into a room.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to choose, like,
I also have an app where I just color. It's a coloring book.
Oh, yeah.
Called by numbers.
Yeah.
But they put ads in it now, so I can't open it again.
Ads and everything.
I know. I'm not paying money. I pay money for, like, one thing. FaceTime. Facetune.
Well, I accidentally paid for Facetune. I did like a 7-day free trial just because I wanted to see what it like could do.
A lot.
It can do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It scared me, and then I closed it and forgot that it was a free trial. And then a couple of days later, it was like, "You've paid $28 to Apple," and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I immediately went in and canceled it so that it doesn't do it again. But
remember the time I got paranoid that I thought I was going bald?
Yes.
And I bought 6 months of hair growth pills.
Yes.
So I did that, and it was a very large amount of money. And then I never took one of them. Mm-hmm. Not one of the pills, none of the foam. I think I'm fine.
Yeah, your hair looks great.
And then 3 months later, they charged me the same amount because it was a subscription, which they did not mention.
And now you just have a whole bunch of hair regrowth pills that you're not going to use.
If anybody wants them, I'll sell them to you real cheap if I can find them.
They were also a podcast thing, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how marketing works on me.
I know. It's podcasts, especially for some reason, when they're like, we have this code for you to try this thing. Now, Erica, everything that you mentioned, like the Buffy comforter, I want one. I've looked into it, but even with like podcast, like
even Casper, you only get $100 off a mattress.
That is, I can't. No. Nobody has told us what they wanted from Santa yet.
No.
Guys, what do you want from Santa?
We've been ending the podcast for an hour now. We're just waiting for you to tell us what you want from Santa so we can go to bed.
Oh, the podcast is over. This is the after
party.
There is
no podcast. Only Zool.
If money was no object, what would I want from Santa? I would want an air fryer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would want an air fryer. I would want, God, it's going to be all like sad ass kitchen stuff.
Go for it.
Chimay.
Never heard of it.
It's like it looks like Chemex too. It's like one of those like glass coffee maker things. It's like, it looks like a beaker. I too want groceries. Yes. And maybe a record player, I guess, just because I like the aesthetic.
I need a better one. Mine's really my record player, the one I post on my personal Instagram, my poster of it, you've seen it, you've all seen it. It was like $40, and it's not very good.
No.
But it is what it is.
I mean, there's a lot of that lately, Clarence. You just can't decide who you want to stare at, huh?
I almost adopted 2 kittens today.
What? Why didn't you?
Because who has the room? Someone's like, I have 2 kittens. They're dropped off in my backyard. Somebody wants them. And I was like, I do. I'll be right there. And then I texted everybody in my phone saying, do not let me get these kittens.
Erica, what records do you want? Dan, what do you want for Christmas?
Erica wants the Justice album by Justin Bieber.
Third person who's hanging out listening to us talk, what do you want for Christmas? Los Campesinos has a new album. Okay.
I've never heard of them.
It's one of her favorite bands. Another dog, but that's not happening. What kind of dog do you have right now, Dan? Tell us more about your dog. Tell Clarence more about your dog.
He's very excited. He wants dog friends because he hates all these cats.
Anything else by Beyonce? You have Lemonade on vinyl.
I'm not a Beyonce fan.
You don't? Not even Lemonade?
I've listened to it the whole way through.
It's so good. A basset hound named Dudley. Oh.
Does that mean now? If I'm overstepping my bounds, let me know. Does that mean you're excited for the Hogwarts reunion?
I'm excited for the Hogwarts reunion, although I'm not very excited for the new Fantastic Beasts. It does not look that good.
With Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah, which I like him. I like him better than... I know, I saw, Erica, I saw that you almost hit a possum, but you're okay, and the possum's okay.
But you should go home tonight after work and watch that movie, Possum.
No, she would not.
I know, she doesn't like scary movies.
Yeah, she just likes us. Thanks
watch
for
it.
hanging out.
Just watch it. And then live tweet it to me. Just text it to me. What your thoughts are the entire time.
Yeah, is the Basset Hound named after Dudley, or is he named after, from Harry Potter, is he named after Dudley Do-Right? Or Dudley Moore?
Or Vernon Dursley. Yeah, can we get that?
Yeah, we all want J.K. Rowling to stop. That's like everybody's bitching about like Johnny Depp not being in this movie and being replaced with Mads Mikkelsen, but like,
I can't tell them apart, first of all.
First of all, who cares? Second of all, like, why are we even worrying about giving J.K. Rowling any more money?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we worrying about that?
Because that second Fantastic Beast was, no offense, a disaster.
Yeah.
But I bought it. I saw it in the theaters twice, and I bought it on Blu-ray.
She's just going to keep milking that cash cow because maybe otherwise she doesn't have any good ideas.
Well, I was all with her when she was denouncing the president on Twitter.
Oh, and then she, acted like one of his very own.
Yeah.
So. Let's see.
So is anybody out there taking horse dewormer?
Do you know anybody?
Oh, I do, but I can't mention it right now.
So what am I gonna say here?
I got my booster shot.
Chris got his booster shot. I did not get my booster shot. I didn't even know she had another tirade because I don't pay attention to her now.
I have her blocked on Twitter. I was following her, but you know what happens. If you say one thing transphobic, we're no longer friends.
Right, yeah. I have... My goal is to make her block me. Have you been cyberbullying J.K. Rowling?
You know what? I was blocked by Kim Kardashian, but I'm not anymore.
Why were you blocked by Kim Kardashian?
The whole Chris Humphries thing.
Oh my god. That's kind of crazy.
But I'm not anymore.
Kim Kardashian noticed you enough to block you? That's like kind of nutter butters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm scared. I don't want to know. Oh god. Okay. J.K. Rowling continues to top herself. Just when we thought her tweets couldn't get any more transphobic, she somehow managed to do it. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. Oh my god, she needs to fucking fall off the face of the fucking planet. Is she kidding?
No, please enjoy this part of the live stream where we just read this article on thetimes.co.uk. Is that what you're reading it on?
No, I was reading it on Out because Jonathan Van Ness clapped back at her.
Oh, I went to her Twitter and she tweeted this yesterday.
You're done with Harry Potter, Erica. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life because I know you.
Can we just talk about regretting tattoos?
You have a Harry Potter tattoo? Definitely. Oh, right, yeah.
I would definitely have those tattooed behind my head, and you don't think of these things.
I really hope I never come to regret this.
If Ari Aster does anything wrong, I will kill him personally.
If Ari Aster ends up being like a misogynist, transphobic piece of shit, I guess I'll just, I don't know, scrape this off, get a potato peeler.
Oh my god. I've now received so many death threats that I could paper the house with them. I haven't stopped speaking out. Perhaps I'm just throwing this out there. The best way to prove your movement isn't to threaten women, it's to stop harassing.
She just needs to shut the fuck up. It's like, you know, how Bo Burnham says in the Inside special, and he says, "Could anyone just shut the fuck up?" So yeah.
Just came here to say fuck J.K. Rowling.
Chris just logged on to Twitter just to say fuck J.K. Rowling. I might create a Twitter just to say fuck J.K. Rowling.
I'm gonna get her to block me tonight. Bet. I'm not sleeping until she blocks me on Twitter.
I really she's like, I haven't backed down. Like, nobody cares. Nobody thinks that you're.
It's like the Let's Go Brandon thing that nobody cares about.
Oh my god.
I saw somebody hashtag it on a post yesterday. Nobody cares.
Just let them keep going. Like, if you think that you're bothering us, yeah, you're bothering us so much.
Oh god.
Oh god.
You know what's really bothering me?
What?
I don't want to get political on the show. Joe Biden not canceling student debt.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Just say fuck Joe Biden. We do too.
Yeah, honestly. We were rooting for you. We're all rooting for you.
Yeah. That's
That's really funny. Oh, speaking of Elon Musk, I voted for Elizabeth Warren. So.
He looks like you know what? I'm not gonna do that.
Real quick, since we're talking about politics, does the Zodiac killer still have that mullet?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Yes, he was instrumental in creating the student debt system as he currently exists. None of us, that's the thing, I'm not the first person to say this and I won't be the last, but just because you guys idolize Trump doesn't mean that we idolize Joe Biden the way that you do, you fucking weirdos. I'm sorry.
No, I have no stickers.
I literally voted for him because he wasn't Donald Trump. Yeah. I voted for him because I had to. I had no other fucking choice. Do you think I wanted that guy?
No, you all know who I wanted. Go look at my closet upstairs.
The Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
Yeah. If I couldn't have Bernie, I wanted Elizabeth. Or I would have taken either of them.
Maybe we should just do away with presidents. But I guess at a certain point, I felt okay casting my vote for Joe Biden because it was wouldn't just fucking a bureaucrat be nice? Just an old school normal politician. Wouldn't that be nice?
But here's what I was thinking the other day driving home from work. He's not tweeting anything. And if he is, I don't get it.
I don't know.
But is he tweeting anything?
But that's the thing. He's an old school president. But also that thing when he was asked when he said what do you think about the former president? Did you think that it was like...
Oh, he is tweeting.
Do you think that it was rude for the former president to come to that debate knowing that he had tested positive for COVID? And he was like, I don't think about the former president. Thank you. And then he just like gets up and does like that old person shuffle off of the screen. And I was
He's
like...
shuffling right off to Buffalo.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Petty Joe.
Because he tweets a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just not doing it on cam, so I'm not used to it.
He's just like a really old school centrist. He was the only way we were going to get out of the situation that we were in. Say let's go, Brandon. Say fuck Joe Biden. I don't give a shit either way. I really don't. You're not irritating me.
There's new AirPods? Are you kidding me?
I don't even have old AirPods.
So now I have to buy new AirPods?
Anyway, now that we've gotten political... Oh, Dan, you were also a Bernie person. Is that... Yeah. I campaigned for Bernie in 2015, 2016. I canvassed. I did not this last time because I was older and had a job and was not able, but he was who I wanted as well. I did one phone bank. Let's see if my paycheck came in yet, guys. That's a fun game. Bernie or Warren? Yep. We got fucked.
Yeah, better luck next time. America.
Still no paycheck.
But you said they would be here.
Yeah.
They said it would be here.
They did. They said it would be here by the end of the day, U.S. time.
Which is like 3 hours ago. What time are you guys closed?
So I think that they mean West Coast U.S. when they talk about U.S. time. So that would be like
very unhelpful.
30 minutes from now would be the end of the day. No, it's not Kronos, Erica. I can't talk about who it is. But
it was Kratos from God of
War. Well, guys, I think that this has reached a sort of natural conclusion.
But I want you all to go watch The Night House. It's not available to stream anywhere for free. I don't even think it ever hit theaters, and if it did, I missed it.
It did hit theaters. I asked you to go see it, and then we were never able to.
Oh God, we should have. If I had one regret in life, it would be not seeing this movie in theaters.
I asked you live on air. I wonder what episode it was.
Can somebody go back and tell me what episode it was? Don't spoil it for anybody, young man.
Yeah, I was going to go see the movie theater that I work at is showing last night in Soho for the last time tonight, and I was going to go see it, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore.
I was going to go also, but I'm having a whole day.
Yeah, we're both having a whole day. I still don't have a paycheck.
Yeah. And I might just buy Last Night on Soho on fucking Apple TV like I do with every other movie. And
I get into the movies for free. I just don't want to go, you know? I just don't feel like it.
Well, last week I was going to watch Uzumaki, and then I wanted to watch something new, so I asked Steve, I said, what do you want to watch? Antlers, Lamb. Well, Antlers is not available for purchase or rent.
Yeah, and is Lamb?
Oh. But it's in Finnish. We couldn't do a Finnish movie while we ate.
Okay.
And did you know this? Finnish?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I also had not watched this trailer for the movie.
Numi Rapace. She's Finnish.
And then that guy we also hate on Letterboxd says he hates all A24 movies.
That's because he loves things like The Wizards of Waverly Place. And he gives that like 5 stars. So, you know, it would probably, you're in like a way separate camp. Let me know what the Xmas Day selections will be at Rojas.
Oh, I can tell you off the top of my head.
Oh, Erica. Go ahead.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Ding.
Die Hard.
Ding.
Miracle on 34th Street.
No.
Oh, something else dumb. Muppets Christmas Nightmare. Muppets Christmas Nightmare, and then the other one, the classic one.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. I'll be there on Christmas Eve, Erica. So.
Why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
All right. Well, guys, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go make Chris look at
dogs.
Yes, dogs. going to go make him look at hotels on my laptop. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. Never waste your pain.